For the past year, Sony Interactive Entertainment has been on a roll, shelling out some of the best exclusive titles on the PlayStation 4, so much to the point that most of their IPs find themselves going head to head in categories like Game of the Year. Judging by the extensive marketing on their latest exclusive Days Gone, Sony still has their finger on the pulse of awesomeness. But just how well does this post-apocalyptic playground live up to expectations? Well, after 3 years of waiting, I finally got a chance to see if the wait was worth it.
Bro. I think it's dead. You're gonna break my shotgun. Yeah.
What's going on, guys? My name is RBG and I'm bringing you my review of Days Gone. The fine people over at PlayStation were generous enough to give me an early review copy of this game, so I gotta give thanks to them. Although I usually only do reviews on games that I've been covering extensively, I can't act like Days Gone wasn't one of those titles I wanted to get my hands on. Like, why wouldn't I be excited for it? It's literally been shown off at every E3 conference since it was announced in 2016. Driving out in the open wilderness while frantically looking for tools to survive as you're about to be overtaken by zombie hordes? Sign me up. That was initially how I felt about Days Gone for the first couple of years after it was announced. Fast forward to 2019 and my anticipation has kinda diminished. This game was originally intended to launch last year but was delayed due to lack of polish, and when it was finally time for its official launch in February, it was pushed back another 2 months. We've had so many exclusives come out that have kinda pushed Days Gone to the back in terms of anticipation and relevancy. Yeah, Sony Interactive has been pushing it hard, but fans like myself grew tired of waiting and eventually grew uninterested. It's already hard not comparing this title to Sony's other exclusive The Last of Us since there are so many glaring similarities. That's not to say that the game didn't look promising though. The writer and director John Garvin definitely has a very fertile imagination, and based on its visuals it looks like a high watermark for action-adventure survival horror games. Set in a dystopian and foliage-consumed Pacific Northwest, Days Gone thrust the player into the shoes of our lead protagonist Deacon St. John, a former MC outlaw turned drifter who lives life out on the open roads and absolutely hates being bound to safe encampments.
How's it feel to be on the other side? Now why don't you just show me what you got, because I don't have time for your bullshit.
It's been 2 years since a global virus has wiped out half of humanity's population. The other half have turned into freakers. Grotesque and animal-like creatures that may be mindless zombies, but are quickly evolving. Unlike your typical zombies, these guys can be very methodical in the way they approach you, and there's 2 types of freakers you have to look out for. The newts, little mini freakers who are for the most part easy to swat away, and the hordes, freakers you'll really have to be hot on your toes with. As you've seen in all the gameplay reveals, the hordes live up to their name. They range from small groups found in deserted towns and highways, to massive swarms that will overwhelm the hell out of you if you don't choose your next move wisely, especially when destroying their nesting grounds. Thanks to the huge open world, players can choose their preferred method of execution in these missions. Things like gear management and weapon crafting are going to be the primary tools you need to deal with these freaker infestations. Like, these are undoubtedly the things that keeps the game invigorating, because you can't simply survive with your usual pistol and other guns. Bullets easily come and go depending on how effective you are able to kill each freaker or how powerful the gun is. So when you can't make do with firearms, you're forced to go close quarters with melee weapons. And this is where your crafting comes into play. You'll acquire things like bats, bottles, and among many other things. And when you're scouting remote villages for survival goodies, you find miscellaneous items like gear pieces and nails. Take those nails and add them to the bat and you have one of the most devastating melee weapons that will make any zombie killing aficionado happy. When you really want to take things to the next level, you can use the environment to your advantage. No matter the location, I found myself getting out of the stickiest situations by using interactive elements ranging from explosive gas tanks to bear traps. In short, Pacific Northwest is one big kitchen sink in terms of its many set pieces. Everything that's been abandoned feels like it once had life in it, and some places still do. When you're traversing certain areas, you'll find encampments consisting of other uninfected humans. There are some that'll welcome you with open arms, but don't expect all of them to be friendly. Let's not forget that these are some dire times. People have become accustomed to loss, and they're not willing to risk losing compounds they've spent time building or stole from previous owners. So you might want to tread lightly when roaming certain areas because Deacon isn't the only human that's capable of setting up some clever traps.
Oh shit! Snare! Oh damn it!
There are other outlaw groups looking for an opportunity to ambush you, whether it be with a sniper or clothesline traps that can abruptly end a peaceful bike ride. Speaking of bikes, the player is responsible for making sure that their motorcycle's maintenance is up to par for a long distance mission. It's a character in its own right, and you're definitely going to need to keep it full of fuel while riding on highways and mountain areas. You're going to find yourself doing a lot of lockpicking on cars for extra tools and searching for random gas canisters while on the road. If luck's on your side, there's a gas station available. Everything in terms of the gameplay works pretty good, and there are even elements that have been inspired from other games like Metal Gear Solid 5's tagging system, which allows you to put a marker on multiple enemies when you use your binoculars. This really aids the stealth element of the game since you're going to be doing a lot of sneaking around. Thanks to the skills learned in his prior life as an outlaw, Deacon has preternatural instincts that allow him to perform things like stealth kills. I found this pretty helpful, but I was somewhat let down by the limited kill animations. No matter what melee weapon you have, you'll mainly see stealth kills performed by hand or with a knife. This was a perfectly missed opportunity since many games in its respective genre have all these different kills with multiple weapons. Not to mention that it would have made stealth much funner and prevented missions from getting old. Besides the other skills I've mentioned, you have the survival instinct that allows you to quickly locate items in the vicinity through interactive icons, and you can track down certain individuals in question by retracing their steps. There are a ton of other elements that serve to highlight just how much Ben Studio wants you to feel like you're really in this wilderness, like the various wild animals you encounter during your excursions in the woods and mountains. I can't stress enough how much I appreciated the ability to hunt different animals and sometimes avoid them in fear of being torn to shreds. This isn't anything new to games, but it shows the developers were committed to keeping the player engaged. After successfully killing something like a buck or a wolf, you can sell their meat to encampment owners for credits. When you're not finding them food, you're hired for bounties. And these kind of vary since some are linked to bigger missions. You simply go to the location on your map and wait for the fugitive to show up, and then a high-speed chase commences. When you're not doing that, there's also recruitment credits you earn for saving someone from hoards and recommending them to certain encampments.
Hey, it's not safe out here in the shit. I know where there's a camp that...
Camp? Yeah, where?
All of these features really show how ambitious the devs were in making this world come to life. It's a technically stunning game that has some good production values put in it. Like, there were moments where my girlfriend walked in as I was playing and she couldn't help but talk about how beautiful it looked. The lighting and textures look really good on the characters, and the environments are just breathtaking, creating some of the most mesmerizing moments you're ever gonna see in an open sandbox game. Sadly, that's where I end most of the positives I had to say about this title, because the cons completely outweigh them. Days Gone may look beautiful and its gameplay may be intuitive, but its actual performance is what's really going to bring it down for players. I know Ben Studio has been working around the clock to polish it up, but I think they may have released it a little too early. Presentation wise, the game seems fine, but there are so many bugs in this. During cutscenes, you can see raw images of characters and items because the temporal pass hasn't kicked in after a camera cuts to different scenes or angles. This technique relies on information from a previous frame, but sometimes it doesn't register quick enough, leaving these weird models that look like they're made out of wax. This gets really bad during the more busier cutscenes that have a lot going on in the background. On top of that, I've noticed where animations will essentially glitch up, and for some reason when I leave certain areas like encampments, the sound effects go out.
Let me get the gate for you.
And this has happened to me so much to the point to where I had to close out the entire game and restart it again. After a couple of days, the developer submitted a 17GB patch that took damn near 40 minutes to install, but it still didn't fix the audio issues. Like, I don't understand for the life of me why a game that's been in development for over 4 years has this many performance issues. The only conclusion that I could come up with is that it's because Days Gone is Ben Studio's first console game since 2004. That's 15 years of working on last generation hardware like the PlayStation 2 and PlayStation Portable. So they haven't really dealt with a AAA title this huge in scale before, and it really shows that they should have put more time into it. Having nicely implemented gameplay features and beautiful visuals is all fine and dandy, but if it's riddled with glitches that hamper the overall experience, then there's a problem. It's like having a visitor come to your house after you supposedly tidied up the place. Everything may look clean and nice from the naked eye, but if I was an inspector/reviewer looking under couch pillows, rugs, and small crevices, I'd find filth and trash. That essentially describes my experience with this game. It's a rare jewel that didn't receive enough polish to show off its potential sparkle, and that's not the only issue I have with it. The story, while ambitious in its narrative tone, struggles for clarity because it tries too hard to stay character driven. Usually that's a great thing, but when a game starts off with a huge advent, it eventually needs to explain what's going on or what happened. Unfortunately, Days Gone just drags its feet and expects the player to stay engaged and invested in some of these characters, but the plot just ends up getting muddled. Most of the characters already have established relationships and they barely give any backstory to them. I'm basically forced to be invested in strangers I barely even know. On the plus side though, I will say that the motion and voice performances are top notch. Sam Witwer did an excellent job lending his voice talents and likeness to the character of Deacon St. John, and you can tell he did his best to deliver a stellar performance.
Mass grave. Why'd they bury this shit out here again? Oh yeah, because they're assholes.
But the question still remains, was Days Gone worth the wait? I have to say yes and no. If you were pumped after its announcement and your enthusiasm never waned even after the constant pushback dates, then yes, it's totally worth it. But if you suddenly found yourself not caring about it, then no, it wasn't worth the wait. And I recommend buying it when the price drops and all the bugs have been taken care of. All in all, for the most part, the game is solid in terms of its gameplay. There's an unprecedented amount of content that adds good replay value, and it already has a lengthy campaign that'll keep you occupied for quite a while. And I suspect that the issues I mentioned earlier will eventually be fixed. So if you've been looking forward to playing it, you won't be disappointed. Days Gone is a title that definitely delivers in the action survival horror department, and it has some moments that'll keep you on the edge of your seat. But its story doesn't do enough to keep you interested in its 30-hour runtime, and the tumultuous bugs keep it from getting a clean finish. That's why I'm giving it a 7 out of 10.
Oh, bullshit!
What do you mean?
I mean bullshit! I was there!
I hope you guys really enjoyed this review. I know it was a little all over the place, but it's because my thoughts were a little mixed, and after the drug out storyline and technical issues, I was burnt out by the 5th day of playing. Hopefully Ben's studio will learn from this experience and give us projects that are polished upon arrival as we leap into next gen territory. But enough of what I think. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. As always, I ask that you like or dislike the video. It doesn't have to be a thumbs up, it can be a thumbs down. Any feedback is good feedback and will only help me improve on my channel. But if you really enjoyed this review, it would help me out a lot if you shared it on social media outlets with all your friends and followers. Sharing really makes a difference. But this is your boy RBG signing out on another video. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.